Hi, it's Thermal Imploder, and today, guys, well, I'm going to be explaining to you how the newest game mode to Star Wars Battlefront 2 works. So if you're new to the game, or just don't understand how it works, or anything, I will be explaining to you guys today how Jetpack Cargo works. So it is not like how it was in the other games, sadly, but it is a new game mode, and it is actually kind of fun. So it is nice to have a new game mode in the game. But yeah, so basically the basics of the game, I'll explain to you, and then I'll give you guys a couple tips at the end of the video. So to start out, basically this game mode is basically cargo. Now it is not cargo though like in the last game. Instead, there's one cargo box that will spawn in the middle. Now, there's your base and the enemies. Now, when you get the cargo, instead of bringing it back to your base, you're getting it from the middle, A, instead of getting it from the enemy's base. And instead of bringing it back to your base, you're bringing it to the enemy's base. So, I know it's weird and it doesn't really make sense, but yeah. Now, you do that, and once you bring the cargo there, your team gets a point. First to 3 will win the game. Now, everybody is armed with a rocket launcher and either a pistol or a rifle. Now, you get a pick, but yeah, basically, you just hop around with a jetpack all over and try to get the cargo and escort one player from your team that will pick it up and get them over there. And yeah, basically this is a lot different, and it is practically a new game mode and nothing like the other one. But yeah, so when the other team does take the cargo, you're trying to kill them before they get to their base. I mean your base. And basically there is only two-ish maps. Now the reason I say that, you're probably wondering, what do you mean? I mean that there's a daytime Tatooine map and a nighttime Tatooine map. So doesn't really make that much of a difference, I don't feel like. But like if you want to consider it a whole another map, just with like it being night, sure. But yes, so that is the only maps that we have, but hopefully more will come. At least one other is what I'm going to be hoping. But yeah, so that is basically how the game mode works. Now, of course, there is one slight thing you're probably wondering, though. Well, what are those tips? So, the main tip that I think you guys should know, especially if you are a subscriber of mine and have watched the video this far, which, by the way, before I get to that tip, consider subscribing if you haven't for daily Star Wars videos. And thank you to everybody that has subscribed, because we're almost at 110 subscribers. And yeah, this channel has grown a lot, but just consider subscribing if you haven't for daily Star Wars videos on a Star Wars only channel. But also like the video, guys, too, while you're here. And I'll start out with the tips. So the first tip is don't go straight on. Now, yeah, this game mode is not as strategic as cargo was in the last game, but you can still have a little strategy. Not much, but a little. So the map is actually a lot bigger than you'd think. It's a lot wider than, well, at least I was expecting. But use the sides and go around as a little flank and get the cargo. Just like flanking in the other game, in the last game in cargo, you could do the same sort of. And yeah, so make sure to use advantage of the sides of the map, because most people will just be going straight on, and you'll be able to avoid more players if you go that way. Now, another thing is when taking the cargo, a lot of people might want to just rush on and basically try to go straight head on. but it's different than the last game. Now, basically, instead of having everybody chasing after you and you trying to get back to your base, you're going towards them. So they're going to be spawning in when you kill them. So killing them is actually something that you don't want to do because that'll just make it harder for you. So I recommend not killing them when you have the cargo and actually trying to just avoid them. And instead of going straight on to their base, try to dodge them and take your time. I definitely will recommend that. And like, even if you want, go backwards to try to lure them out from there, and then go in, or just use strategy and stuff, and try to do stuff like that, basically. And once you get there, just let the cargo go. And now, that basically is most of the tips. Now, there is one more-ish. It isn't that much of a tip, but don't use the rocket launcher that much. I know in the gameplay right now I'm using the rocket launcher a ton, but this gameplay is a little bit before I figure this tip out. So yeah, basically use your blasters, because everybody is using the rocket launcher actually. Now, it is fun and all, but if you want to win and get kills, the rocket launcher is not the right thing for that. And you definitely, well, you're going to be wanting to use the blaster for that, I definitely have to say. But yes, so thanks for watching this video. Remember to like the video to help support the channel, and consider subscribing for daily Star Wars videos on a Star Wars only channel. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will be seeing you tomorrow.